Hello, I'm Troy Tessmer with Soul Mobility, and today we're going to talk about the PowerFlex Power Base Attachment. It's a power assist that allows a manual wheelchair to be transformed to a power chair in under 30 seconds. And while it's in the power assist category, we're going to talk a lot about how it transforms a chair into a very capable, compact power chair. Over here, we have a standard rigid frame manual chair. As a user or a therapist, you know how important the seating, the back, and the positioning of that setup is for the user. Whether it be the CG or the dump angle, we're going to make sure we maintain that as we come from the manual chair over to the PowerFlex, and we'll show you how that is done. All of that, once it's set up, is really controlled off the center point from the ground to the axle. And that's where we're going to be clicking into on the PowerFlex, and we'll show how we maintain that. To transform your manual chair to power, it's as easy as removing the quick release wheels, which are standard on all manual chairs. Simply set those aside. And then you're going to back the frame into the PowerFlex. Now we have little axle tray receivers that allow you to set the frame down into it. And then you simply come to these quick release pins and let those pop into place with a quarter turn. Once those are in, you attach the manual tilt bar on the back, tighten that up, and as easy as that, you've now transformed into a complete compact power chair. As you sit in the chair, you're going to notice a couple of features that are very specific and been designed by a user. Todd is a C5-6 quadriplegic and the designer behind the PowerFlex. So a lot of the features have been built into his everyday life of what he needs to get around in life. We'll start with the joystick. It very purposely sits below your leg line. If you can get under a desk or a table in your manual chair, we want to make sure the joystick doesn't interfere, so it sits purposely below your leg line. On here, you're going to see we have a Stealth Unilink positional joystick that's an option for the PowerFlex, and it does have a drop down that allows for easy transfers, so you can get in and out of the chair just as you would with your manual. And what you have to remember is our target audience is that active wheelchair user where their hands are in this position pushing on a daily basis. So being down in this position, down where their hand rims are, is a very natural and comfortable position for most people. And I think as you get in it and trial it, you're going to find that it's in a great location. We are running a P&G Curtiss-Wright control system. It is programmable, and like a lot of power chairs, has a charging port right underneath. A lot of people ask why these armrests per se are shaped the way they are. In reality, they're not an armrest, but they're here to mimic your push tire or your push rim on your manual chair. They're at the same distance and the same diameter, such that your muscle memory as a wheelchair user, if you're used to using that for stability, or maybe for your transfers to a couch or something like that, is all in the same position, so you feel like you're in your natural settings. So in this configuration, you're going to notice the entire package is very compact. You're sitting in almost the same exact distance as you would from the front to the rear of your manual chair, which allows you to maneuver around your home without any changes. The joystick has 5 speed settings. Because we are hooked in through the axle receivers, we are a mid-wheel drive, and we have an extremely compact package that allows you to maneuver within your space. With 6 wheels on the ground, the entire system's going to flex and pivot as you go through troughs or even over things. It makes this an extremely stable machine. One of the really interesting and great parts about the PowerFlex is its compact size, as we've discussed. And I think that's really evident when you bring a wheel over and put it next to the system. So one, you're going to notice the axle center point is completely and perfectly lined up with the PowerFlex, which shows you we haven't changed your dump angle or seating angle at all. And then the overall length of the chair is really within about 1 inch or 2 of your manual chair. So as you turn at home, navigate trains, in and out of restaurants, you're going to have that same compact package to maneuver life and really get around at work, school, play, whatever you're doing. So with your manual chair connected in through the axles, it gives you the ability to wheelie over thresholds like you might normally in your manual chair. Your weight balance and your tippiness is identical to your manual chair. So you're going to float over obstacles. You're not front loading your casters, which is really critical. But being connected in through those axle receivers also gives you the ability to go into a full manual tilt, get over center, which lets you get that pressure off your sit bones from sitting all day. And you all know when you're sitting for 8, 10, 12 hours a day, getting off and pressure relieving is really critical. Also allows you to get your shoulders back, open your chest up, and just relax a little bit. And that's just a manual push of the system into that tilt. So really easy to do, really easy to set up, and allows a person to relax a little bit. As we come out of the chair, we'll talk about a few additional features. So the entire frame is on a suspension system that isolates the frame from the base and really takes out that shock and from bumps and thresholds that might come up through your spine and really cause kind of a additional stress on your body, because you're not going at 1 mile an hour anymore. You're now going 3 to 5 miles an hour in a power chair. So that suspension is really critical. And we're the only power assist on the market that has suspension. And as we move further back, we're running a 5-inch standard caster on the back. However, we can drop that in with a frog legs caster into the same exact package as an optional feature. And that just allows you to take out that additional vibration as you're going over those sidewalks, cracks, and bump, bump, bump. The suspension takes out a lot, but frog legs does give you the ability to really smooth out the ride even further. One of the things you'll also notice about the system is we're running on a nice wide 10-inch drive tire. And this gives you a lot of capability to get over those terrains that you might go in a park, grass, gravel, crushed cinder, and really gives this machine a lot of capability above just your home. As we talked about, the entire system is on that suspension. And when you put the whole unit together, you have that really compact power chair. Taking it apart is as simple. You remove the back manual tilt. You pop out and quarter turn the quick release axles, and your frame comes out, allowing you to set it aside, put your wheels back on, and be in your manual configuration. We have a couple of adjustment points. So in the front, we simply have 2 nuts here that you can loosen, which allows the width to be changed, and we can adapt from a 12 to a 20-inch frame. And we do that through 3 models. We have a 12 to 14, a 15 to 17, and an 18 to 20. With that adjustment, it allows the user to be able to grow with the chair, whether it be up or down. So if you're a high school student and maybe you've grown 3-4 inches and now you're going off to college and you've gone from a 14 to a 16-inch chair, we easily can just simply swap out these 2 shafts and the entire system can grow with you, which is a great benefit of the PowerFlex to make sure it has longevity and can always work with whatever manual frame you're working with. The other 2 adjustment points we have is we talked about the height of this axle receiver. So right now we're at exactly 12 inches to mimic a 24-inch wheel, but that adjustment is simply done through 1 bolt right here. And we have 6 settings that allow this to go up and down from a 22-inch wheel to a 26-inch wheel, allowing you to dial in your dump angle exactly to your manual chair when you set this up. And then in the rear, we just have 1 single adjustment point to bring your tilt up to meet your rigidizer bar and give you that manual tilt function. If you do need to change your CG a little bit and make sure your wheels won't contact a manual to power, we do have 1 nut here that allows you to loosen this and bring this back and forth within this paddle adjuster. Once that's locked into place and your chair is going in and out, these do pivot so you can go 0 to 4 degrees of camber. But in that position, it also allows you to completely fold these down. And now this entire package is really easy and quick to put into a trunk of a car, a small SUV, and really gives us a lot of travel flexibility. The weight of the unit is about 115 pounds, so it is a 2-person lift. Or if you have a boom lift that has 150 to 200 pound capacity, you can continue to use that. Or a number of transit lifts, or I personally just use a set of wheelchair ramps to get in and out of my vehicle and drive it right up. But because of its compact size, it really opens up the amount of vehicles and the types of vehicles you can travel with. And with just a little bit of help versus a 400-pound power chair, you can travel the world. Thanks. Have a great day.